You're listening to News Talk Radio Guyana 103.1 FM. Once again, a very good morning to you. I am Tiana Jordan, and this morning I have in studio with me two special guests, none other than a young man who is an inspiration to many and also a graduate from the University of Guyana, Joshua Edward, and his mother, Wendy Edward. A very good morning to you.
Good morning, Miss Jordan. It's a wonderful privilege to be here once again. Thank you for the interview. Thank you very much.
Good morning, Miss Jordan. It's a wonderful privilege to be here, and I thank you very much.
Yes, it is really good to have you back. I know it's been about 2 years now since the last interview, so this is basically a follow-up interview. Starting with Joshua. So, well, I know by now a lot of persons know who Joshua is, but for those who don't or who have never heard about Joshua, tell us, who is Joshua Edward?
Well, first of all, I'd like to give God thanks and praise for this opportunity. I am Joshua Edward, a prospective lawyer. I'm at law school in England right now. I just finished my law degree. I got accepted to law school in England, and I sold pizza throughout probably 2/3 for the most part of my bachelor's degree to go to school for me to get my tuition. And along the way, I met a lot of people that I like to thank, and I thank God for. But that is who I am. I'm somebody, an advocate for youth development, an advocate for character development. I am someone who pushes and perseveres. I've been called an inspiration to many and been inspiring many by what I do, and I appreciate that sincerely. But I'm the guy who sells pizza to pay off his law school. Yes.
So let's hear from Miss Wendy now.
I want to give God praise and thanks for this opportunity. I want to thank God because He made it possible, and I want to thank you also. I want to give God praise and thanks also for my family. I want to thank God for everyone around the world, in Guyana, St. Lucia, and those around the world. I want to give God praise and thanks also for my ministry, Refinance Fire Ministry. I want to thank God for them also.
Lovely. And Joshua, tell us about your journey since the last time we talked to now. How has it been? What has changed? What lessons have you learned? Some challenges you faced along the way?
Oh dear, where do I begin? From the last time we had the interview, that was in 2020. That was before COVID shut down everything. So much has changed automatically just by COVID shutting down the place. And that time the journey was one that was very intense, if I could use that word, because there was never a dull moment. There was never a dull moment. It was always a situation where you are on the move. I was always on the move. Even when COVID shut down the country, I was still busy getting stuff done. I had to be on the move. People were still calling me. People were still trying to contact me from all over. I would walk and sell pizza, and I still do Monday to Saturday, in and out. I had to study, burn the midnight oil. I mean, the luxuries that other youth will use to unwind, I didn't have time for that. I had to be diligent in what I am doing and literally make time for myself. And even in accordance with that journey, there were so many challenges along the way. There were some people that still didn't believe me. I remember just like probably Saturday that just passed, I met a lady and she told me come, and then she bought pizza from me and she said, I saw you on Facebook. Now I know that, you were actually telling the truth about what you were doing, because a lot of people come as scammers and things like that. And I do respect that. But I still thank all those that believed in me. And the support system made a lot of the challenges look minute. But there were challenges that I had to deal with. I couldn't go forward unless I persevered and pushed through those challenges, because people can help you only so far, but when the exam comes, it's you. You can't ask anybody for help in the exam. You have to put your foot down, put your head in to that exam and make sure you come out on top and you do well. So they helped me as far as they could, but yet still I had to make sure that I could have done what I had to do to make everyone proud.
And over the last 2 years, you've completed your studies at the University of Guyana. So I want to know, how did you manage to balance your studies and having to be on the run selling pizza and so on?
I will tell you a very big secret of my life, and for everyone under the sound of my voice. It is the I am that I am. It is God. Jesus is responsible for it. But I will not just leave you all in a vacuum, because everybody says Jesus did it, and I mean, okay, yes, but really. There is a principle in God that is called waiting. And I learned that principle by force. And I used that principle when the country shut down. Because it's those that wait upon the Lord, that's those that mount up with wings as eagles. So if you want to fly, you must wait. And I learned that principle, that I had to put away everything and be in prayer and wait. And then you'd get the energy to do what you have to do. Then you'd be able to get to study what you need to study for exams. You would be getting all of these things, but it really comes on you waiting. And that's a very big secret, because sometimes when you are in Berbice and you want to get to Georgetown, God will tell you start walking to Suriname. And you would believe that you're walking to Suriname, you're losing progress. You're not making any progress, but God knows that in Suriname He has a first-class ticket to just land you in the center of Georgetown, where there is no airport, but He will still land you right there. And that is what happened to me. I had to backtrack with Him, and then He just did everything and made it happen. So it was the principle of waiting. I can't say it was anything else. Waiting was the key that unlocked the door with other keys, if I could put it that way. It was waiting, yes.
And how do you feel now that you've completed that University of Guyana journey?
Oh dear, I feel so ecstatic. I am excited that I have completed that, because I worked with a 12-year plan, and just to see that this milestone has been achieved and has arrived, I am very happy. I know I want to become a doctor of the law. So just the fact that I have this LLB is a step in the right direction. I mean, I cannot even celebrate as much as I want to, because I'm at law school in England and the assignments still have to come, assignments have to pile up, and I still have my work to do. But it is so overwhelming that I pushed through, and that happened, and God helped me, people helped me. My mother took her time every morning, always speak about the days when she'd wake up 2-3 o'clock in the morning to help me. It has been really a journey, quite a journey, and I'm excited and I'm very happy about that.
And now for Miss Wendy, Joshua mentioned some of the challenges faced during COVID, and I know you're the person behind the making of the pizza and so on. What challenges have you faced from that aspect?
Well, for me, it was getting up early. Sometimes I have to get up early, and that's a challenge. But I persevere. I go on because I know I was doing it for a good cause. You understand me? And sometimes, you have to get certain stuff to do the pizza, and sometimes you don't have it. And that is a challenge. That was a challenge to me. But all in all, we persevere, we go through, and we make it happen.
From a mother's perspective, how would you describe your son's journey?
Well, it wasn't easy. I can say it wasn't easy. But he persevered. God will give us certain things to do, and we will do it. And with that, it gave us the strength to persevere, to go on, to do what we have to do. And Joshua is somebody, he don't give up. He know what he wants, and he go for that. He would not give up. Even sometimes he would encourage me, sometimes, because everybody sometimes, get challenges. And he would encourage me, I would encourage him. And we encourage each other when the times sometimes get tough. But he don't give up like that. He's very persistent in what he does. And that is what I like about him. And I thank God for that.
And as a mother, tell us how you feel having watched him along this journey and accomplishing so much now in life.
Oh, I'm feeling happy. I'm feeling good because I know it's something that he's accomplished. And, he pushed towards it. So I'm so happy for that. What he's accomplished now. We started UG. We're not knowing what would be the outcome, but we believe that he would finish. And I'm so happy because sometimes, the challenges of studying, having to sell pizza, having to run here, run there, because he's the one that was doing all the running. Sometimes I'm home making the pizza and he's the one that have to go out and get the stuff. And I see those challenges with him. And, he still persevered to do what he had to do. And I really am happy. I'm happy concerning him finishing UG and passing.
Lovely. And Joshua, I know you mentioned that you're attending a university in England currently. I have an insert here to play from our last interview 2 years ago, and this is exactly what you had to say.
After UG, I want to go to law school. I actually want to go to law school in England for the sake of me also wanting to further my education. It's not only because there is the option of you wouldn't, but I want to go to England because also I want to further it. I don't just want to stay with a bachelor's of laws, but I want to go deeper and I want to go further in my legal education. Well, actually, I would like to be a doctor in criminology. I want to get my doctorate in criminology. That is my passion. It's something that I decided recently. But because I always wanted to do corporate law, but then after seeing and studying criminal law, I grew to develop a passion for it and the way the cases go and what is done. So I have decided that is my focus and that is where I'm going for a doctorate in criminology. Oh my God. You sure it was me speaking?
Yes, that is you, Joshua. 2 years ago, right here on 103.1 FM, you said that. And, well, I know you accomplished finishing UG and you've realized that goal that you had 2 years ago in going to England, going to law school there. And I want to know, how do you feel? I know I see your face, you're surprised hearing that, but I want to know how you managed to realize this goal and if your focus on criminology is still the same as 2 years ago.
Well, when it comes to realizing the goal, I can say that I have a good support system and I have good mentors that would speak into my life and would help me and would ensure that I do well. One of them is my pastor, Apostle Dr. Simon R. James, who's all the way in St. Lucia. But he told me that, Joshua, you have the whole world at your feet. You can become anything you want to become. And he pushed me to do law. And I'm going somewhere with this. And one day he came to church. He's a doctor also, a doctor of divinity in biblical studies. He's a doctor also. And he said if he knew then what he knew now, he would have his doctorate by the time he's 30 years old. And I wrote it at the back of my Bible at 18, doctorate at 30. And that was my 12-year plan from then. And I knew I want to be a doctor of the law. As it relates to criminology, yes, that is still the goal. That is still the goal, and I'm actually going more in depth with criminal law at law school right now. So I'm very happy about that. I still want to push and persevere to get that doctorate by the time I'm 30 years old. I'm not relenting on that, and to hear myself say that 2 years ago, I didn't even remember. But I know that is the plan that I had, and that's the goal. Well, that is the goal that I have, more or less. And to see that happen, you see, it's God again. I can't stop saying it's God. And that is so wonderful that you brought that up. That literally has me speechless right now that you brought that up, because I didn't remember saying that. I just knew that is what I wanted to do, and to see it happening now is really an overwhelming feat. To say that you can make a plan and you can go through the plan because you are with God and God is helping you. Because most people, when they make plans, they don't want to say, because they don't want something to happen and then the plans fall through. But then that is not faith, that is not confidence. Faith is you speak it and then you watch it come to pass. So that's why I will keep speaking this doctorate in criminology, and then we'll watch it come to pass as the days go by. And that is what I have to say.
And this is why you're such an inspiration, even to me. And I could imagine how many other persons out there, both young and old, are inspired by your story, your journey. And I want to know, how long has it been since you had this dream of becoming a lawyer?
I had this dream. Well, I'll give you this story. My aunt called from America. I always give this story. When I was 5 years old. And I told her that I want to be a lawyer at 5. I didn't even remember it because for the most part I was too young. I remember she calling, but then she keeps replaying that same story to me. When I came for university, my aunt said, "Joshua, I'm so proud of you," and she told me that story. And she told me, "That's what you said, you want to be a lawyer." So the fact that I was here studying law was such an incredible feat, and she was very happy about that. So as it relates to how long I wanted to do it, I can tell you I wanted to do it from 5, based on the basis of what my aunt said that I told her on the phone. I want to be a lawyer, and I kept with that. And throughout the time, I got a love for science, and I still love science. I mean, I'm a good physics student at CXC level, but I didn't go further with it. But I love science. Who knows, maybe I can have a forensic lab. So we'll have our own evidence. And I want to do the doctorate in criminology. So these things has to be a part of it. But as it relates to how long I wanted it, it was probably from 5. And it never changed. It never failed. I mean, as I grew, it became more specified how far I want to go, what I want to do. But then I'm going ahead with that, yes.
That's great. If you're now tuning in, this is News Talk Radio Guyana 103.1 FM. I'm Tiana Jordan, and today with me is Joshua Edward and his mom, Wendy Edward, from the Wendy Pizza Parlor. So now as we continue, Miss Wendy, I want to know, how much has Wendy Pizza Parlor grown since the last time I spoke with you 2 years ago?
It has grown. It has grown. Sorry, it has grown because right now, the first time we came was just Joshua and myself. But right now, we have staff working with us. So we can say three staff is there working with us. And I can say that, it is growing.
Joshua, would you like to add to that?
Yes, it has grown exponentially. Oh my God. So many people from overseas. There are people that came down to Guyana and they said they must taste this pizza. I mean, one time they told someone about the pizza and they were traveling at like 2 o'clock in the morning and they wanted to taste the pizza. They were messaging us after 10 in the evening to get the pizza to travel up with it. I remember a girl was in America and she had a friend traveling, and she told a friend to bring up the pizza for her. She ordered a medium pan, and a mom paid for it in Guyana, and the friend brought it up for her, and she got it the next day. We froze it and everything. We baked it, froze it, and they went on the plane, and she got it, and she warmed it, and it was very delicious. And she was posting it all the way to New York, Wendy's Pizza Parlor, and so many people and so many places this has gone. I remember the pizza going to Essequibo, pizza going to Berbice. It has gone so far. For those that didn't come down, I mean, we made a way to get it to them. That is such a tremendous blessing. I am so glad that Wendy's Pizza Parlor is growing and is doing what it wants to do. I just want to make sure that it can live on its own 2 feet. And once it can stand on its own 2 feet and it can live and it can walk by itself, then we will just have to be doing a lot to develop it. but not necessarily the groundwork that will cause it to survive. I don't want it to be a survival business, but I want it to be a business that thrives and grows on its own. And although it has grown a lot in 2 years, I'm keeping focus because I know what is the end product. A global business, a global Wendy's Pizza Parlor franchise. I know what is the end product, so I can't let these successes prevent me from pushing forward to what I want it to become. And that is what is important, yes.
It's great to see how much it has grown since then, and this business has also, it made you meet a lot of people in the government. I know you met ministers. Can you tell us about your experience?
Oh my God, it was a wonderful experience. I met 4 ministers, 2 of them posted it. And just meeting them and speaking to them, it was so great. The keys and the seeds of wisdom that they gave to me was wonderful, and just to know more about them, less on a ministerial level, but also on a personal and development level, I was able to liaise with them on that at that level, and that was so good. I remember speaking to one of them, and she was so awestruck because I told her that, my mom and I, we pray for you all, like we have the it's not a plaque, but the paper that has all the ministers in it from the president right down. We pray for them and then we pray for it. And she felt very happy about that because one decision that they make, it's written in law, it's written in stone. And their decisions, it's difficult to overturn because of the level that they're at. Another minister, said, Joshua, any help you need, whatever you need, you can ask. And I appreciate that. And that is what it is all about, that we can come together as a unit and help out one another. So as I am helped, I am able to help out others. As my mom is helped, she's able to help out one another. And that's what builds a society. That's what makes us who we are. If I could help you out and you can help me out, then we will do well. And you're helping us out right now by just being on this interview. That's why I will tell you thank you all the time.
That's great to know. And what plans do you have for Wendy Pizza Parlor? I know you will probably have to go to England. Do you think that you will take the pizza there with you?
I am able to take the pizza with me to Wendy's Pizza Parlor, but I will underscore this. I want Wendy's Pizza Parlor to get a specific location and have its own identity in Guyana, as in a place that people can come. Once I create that structure and that system, it will be that system I'm taking to Guyana, to England, because I can't take walking around and selling pizza to England. England has a lot of rules and regulations that are stricter in many cases as it relates to food. So if I can establish this structure and establish how Wendy's Pizza Parlor should look, then when I go to England, once I am able to meet the right people and do the right things, then for sure Wendy's Pizza Parlor will be in England also. It's an opportunity and I have to jump at the opportunity, but I have to start working from now to establish it here. And once it's established here, then I can establish it in England. And I already have the resume to say that this thing is something that is good and is beneficial because it benefited me, it took me through school. So if I can show that to the English corporates, then I would be able to establish Wendy's Pizza Parlor in England very much.
And I know with your drive, your ambition, your diligence, I know I can see Wendy Pizza Parlor going global.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
Yes. And now, as we wrap things up, what would be your encouragement to young people out there?
I've been given the opportunity to, but I will say this as my encouragement to the young people. There was a dream in your heart when you were smaller, and whatever happened in life, it caused that dream to die down. You need to remove all the clutter that is over that dream and make that dream rise again. Because what happened in life shouldn't kill the dream. What happens in life is supposed to cause the dream to be more rewarding. So the dream that you have, although these situations happen, yes, but then you still persevere after to get the dream done. You still pursue the dream so that you can make it happen. Yes, you did get pregnant as a teenager, okay, but the dream of being a neurosurgeon is still there. And then when you become the neurosurgeon, you can say, I was pregnant at 16, but today I'm a neurosurgeon. Yes, you wanted to have this great business and you wanted to cook for government ministers. Happened, and then you ended up on the block as a young man, and then you were on the block doing things that you should not be doing. But the dream of being a head chef is still there and having a restaurant. So you need to go back to that dream and sit down and don't spare yourself. Be diligent, be excellent, be consistent, because you will fulfill the dream under these 3 keys. Learn what you have to learn, do what you have to do. Because when you learn it and you do it and you're consistent, your time will come for you to shine. And once you are diligent and excellent, when you begin to shine, you will continue to shine.
Lovely. And Ms. Wendy, what would be your parting words to our listeners this morning?
Well, I want to speak to the mothers. Don't give up on your children. I just want to tell the mothers, don't give up on the children. If you're getting challenges, you can pray. You can see God's face. They have many different organizations also that you can visit. So don't give up on your child. Pray for your children. So I just want to encourage the mothers out there to pray. Trust God for their children, and God will do it for them.
I love that. And Joshua, one final thing. Tell us how we can get pizza.
Well, you can get pizza by calling us or WhatsApping us at 662-4843. The area code, well, we know is 592. That is 662-4843. We have pizza. We have actually grown to the point where we do cheesecakes also. We do different events. The last time we had a Christmas event where we had to make pastries, pine tart, cheese roll, patties, both chicken and beef patties. We do so many different things, and we got good feedback from it. So if you want to get pizza or any other product that we offer, just call or WhatsApp us at 662-4843. From Monday to Saturday, we're open 7 to 7, 7 a.m. to 7 p.m. Sundays and holidays, we're there from 2 p.m. to 7 p.m. And know that we can get to you. Don't be afraid of where you are. There are ways to get to people, and we will see how best we can work with you to get what you want to you so that you can be proud.
And I know I always enjoy the pizza. I must add that part. Yeah, so thank you once again for taking the time out to come here early this morning on 103.1 FM. And maybe 2 years, 5 years from now, I look forward to another follow-up interview to see how much you've grown and so on. Because you are an inspiration to many, as I said before, and I continue saying it, even to me. So continue to be that amazing individual, and you'll achieve great things in life.
Thank you. And thank you to you, Ms. Jordan. I appreciate you. Thank you for this interview once again. You do have a wonderful day. Thank you for everyone who's under the sound of my voice. Thank you for listening. I do encourage you to have a wonderful day and make sure that you push for your goals, because you're never too old to be great. Thank you.
That was Joshua Edward and his mom, Wendy Edward. Of course, he's a recent graduate from the University of Guyana, and they are the persons behind the venture Wendy Pizza Parlor here on News Talk Radio Guyana 103.1 FM.
News Talk Radio Guyana is the station for you, bringing you news updates every hour, major news 3 times a day, edutainment on a higher level, shows like Beat the Clock, Brunch on the Coast, The Afternoon Jam, Youth's Perspective. It's a station that goes wherever you go, streaming online at www.bit.ly/newstalk1031. It's News Talk Radio Guyana 103.1 FM.